Ustedes with 13-2 Tidal Bay and 6-1 the Imperial Commander, out to 9-1 Old Vic. Guanaco's a 16-1 chance, 22-1 Schindlers Hunt and 20-1 against Monet's Garden, 40-1 Mr. McGoldrick, who won the Freddie Williams Clayton 4 o'clock race here last year at 66-1, 40-1 today.
Check on the eye catchers, all positives. Schindler's Hunt in the paddock, and Ustedes positives everywhere else. He certainly looked well on the course going towards the start, and some real festival regulars here, not just the favourite Voipur, who's looking for his 3rd festival win, but Our Vic running in his 6th festival, Mr. McGoldrick in his 5th festival now. He's a 12-year-old, and they put together some fine performances at this meeting, this field of horses. Really quality field for a race that's only 5 years old, this Ryanair chase. Won a couple of times by Paul Nicholls already, and Ruby Walsh with This, That and T'other and Taranis. They've got Guanaco this time. They jump away, and last year's winner, Our Vic, on the inside, bounds into an early lead in the blue and green jacket as they head towards fence number 1. Our Vic going to pick up in front from Mr. McGoldrick, and then in between them Imperial Commander. Night Legend close up with Guanaco on the inside, and Tidal Bay, Schindler's Hunt, Voipur Ustedes in the pink cap, white sleeves under Robert Thornton as they clear the second, with L'Antarctique slightly detached at the moment. So on towards the 3rd, and Our Vic with the blinkers that appeared to resurrect his career last season. Our Vic, Imperial Commander, Mr. McGoldrick, and then Guanaco and Tidal Bay. Voipur Ustedes out wide is Schindler's Hunt of Night Legend in the yellow jacket, Monet's Garden the very light grey, and finally L'Antarctique. Approaching now this bend, which will bring them round to fences 4, 5, 6 and 7 down the long home straight, and then they'll have a circuit to go after that, and it's Our Vic and Timmy Murphy showing them the way here. Timmy, who won the first race today on Chapeau Tertian in these colours, the David Johnson colours. Voipur Ustedes having gone off the 5-4 on favourite at the next. Our Vic in a little bit tight there. Imperial Commander lands just second from Guanaco. Then Mr. McGoldrick to the outside of the nose-banded Tidal Bay. Voipur Ustedes in about 6th place from Night Legend, Schindler's Hunt, Monet's Garden, and L'Antarctique at the rear of the field. On now to what will be the second last after another circuit. Different course today, the new course, 2 fences in the home straight. This is the course they'll be running the Gold Cup on tomorrow, and it's Our Vic by a couple of lengths to Imperial Commander in 2nd place. A big strong horse, Imperial Commander. Mr. McGoldrick on the outside, red sleeves, Guanaco up the inner, followed by Tidal Bay. Voipur Ustedes in a good position at the moment, followed by Monet's Garden as they jump the next. Night Legend up the inside. Schindler's Hunt is wide, and L'Antarctique is not really travelling in last position, about 6 lengths behind, and feeling Graham Lee's whip at the moment. Swinging it left-handed in front of the stands to the far side. Last year's winner, Our Vic, running at his 6th festival, shows the way to Imperial Commander, the Paddy Power Gold Cup winner earlier this season. Guanaco is 3rd. Voipur Ustedes, past Arkle and champion chase winner at this meeting, is now moving into 4th from Mr. McGoldrick. Then Monet's Garden. Night Legends up the inside of Tidal Bay, last year's Arkle winner, Schindler's Hunt, and L'Antarctique at the tail of the field. Heading along the back straight now towards the water jump. Our Vic with about a half-length advantage going into this from Imperial Commander, but Imperial Commander, the better jump. Our Vic was very slow. Mr. McGoldrick on the outside, and then the favourite, Voipur Ustedes. Now an open ditch. Big jump here needed. Imperial Commander over first, and they all land safely. Mr. McGoldrick on his outside. On the near side is Our Vic. Voipur Ustedes just in behind them in 4th place, followed by Guanaco as they jump the next flame fence. Voipur not absolutely great there, and Robert Thornton was low in the saddle on landing. In 5th now, Monet's Garden moving up from Guanaco, Night Legend, Schindler's Hunt, and Tidal Bay. Another open ditch. Imperial Commander and Mr. McGoldrick sail over. Voipur Ustedes Ustedes now moves into third as our Vic comes off the bridle on the inside and gets reminders. Guanaco follows with Monet's Garden. Schindler's Hunt on the outside in the red and white jacket is getting closer as well as they jump the next. And it's still Imperial Commander from Mr. McGoldrick with Voipor Ustedes in third place, the odds-on market leader. Schindler's Hunt in fourth place as they take this turn and now race towards 4 out. A fence taken slightly on the descent, certainly on the landing side. Imperial Commander over first. Voipor Ustedes makes a mistake there. And Schindler's Hunt moves up closer on the outside of Mr. McGoldrick. Imperial Commander, meanwhile, continues to tank on in front. Imperial Commander from Voipor Ustedes and Schindler's Hunt as they race down towards the third loss. Imperial Commander and Paddy Brennan. Voipor Ustedes has come back despite that error. Good horse. Schindler's Hunt on the outside, followed by Guanaco. Mr. McGoldrick under pressure. Night Legend, and then further back Monet's Garden. They race to the final turn, and Imperial Commander the inside of Voipor Ustedes, who's being shaken up. He's made a couple of jumping errors. Schindler's Hunt now charging down the outside. The favourite's going to have to dig very deep here if he's going to win, and it's looking less likely as they race towards the second loss. Imperial Commander is challenged by Schindler's Hunt. Imperial Commander, a big bold jump there from Schindler's Hunt. Voipor Ustedes is only third, trying to rally. They race towards the final fence in the Ryanair chase. Imperial Commander is going to pick up first, and a good jump again. Maybe a quick landing from Schindler's Hunt, though, keeps him in the hunt. Voipor Ustedes is battling on gamely. Imperial Commander finds more up the hill from Schindler's Hunt, then Voipor Ustedes, and racing up towards the line. Imperial Commander is going to see off Voipor Ustedes. Imperial Commander wins the Ryanair. Voipor Ustedes spoiled his chance, but battled on well to take second past Schindler's Hunt. Tidal Bay was flashing home in fourth, got going far too late from Guanaco. Then Monet's Garden, Mr. McGoldrick, Night Legend was the last to finish, and this has been won by a really promising type, Imperial Commander, winner of the Paddy Power Gold Cup earlier in the season, then maybe a little bit disappointing in the King George at Kempton over Christmas, but as Nigel Twiston-Davies, his trainer, said before the race to Leslie Graham, maybe the track didn't quite suit him. He's much better suited by the gradients of Cheltenham and the stiff climb up the hill. Well, he relishes that because he pulled away from Schindler's Hunt. As for the favourite, Voipor Ustedes, the second so-called banker bet of the week to get beaten, he just made 2 silly little jumping errors, and that may well have cost him dear.
Paddy, awesome.
Awesome. Oh, I opened my mouth after the Paddy Power and said how good he was. I'm just so glad he's proved me right. It's been a frustrating year, but I promise you this is worth 40 winners.
He just has got some engine, hasn't he?
Yeah, Chuck Loon to me turned in. When I seen he wasn't travelling, I was really happy because I felt he'd stay up the hill. He's very, very good. And as I say, I'm just so happy. When you're in Cheltenham, you feel like there's actually nobody in the crowd till you go by that line in front, and then you just take it all in. It's the best feeling in the world.
Paddy, well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, I'm delighted for Paddy Brennan and the Nigel Twiston-Davies team, but particularly for Paddy because he's had to suffer for a few months, but since winning a big handicap on this horse back in October, they've really struggled as a team, and Paddy's been having to get up on horses that just didn't have any chance, haven't been travelling the whole way, you know, go a mile and be just struggling, and the horse is never in any type of form. And they had a winner yesterday with Mixter the Trickster, and that was in an amateur race, and I thought, well, that's real irony. But anyway, he's on a winner now. In the last few months, well, he just all forgotten. But for Voipor, if you backed him, he struggled the whole way. Whether he had a hard race at Ascot on ground he didn't like, I don't know. There was no real bounce to him today. Made a mistake, which is so unlike him early on. Top of the hill, Chop did well. Look at that, stood upright, just trying to keep him off the ground, and he did. Still got himself back into the race, but he just didn't sparkle, did he?
No, I think he doesn't like... I think he's not mad about getting tightened either. Here's Vic on the inside, a good jump by Imperial Commander here. He's been up
you get your licence out again to ride any one of those, wouldn't you?
I just don't know if I'd go that far now, but at the same time, he's a good performance.
Well, you heard from Nigel Twiston-Davies before.